myself Mrinal Gosavi. Welcome back, my dear students, to the offline video, the series of Stream of Wisdom of Class 8. Dear students, today we are going to learn lesson number 6, My Country, My Pride. We know about history of independence India and many freedom fighters who fought for it. So today we will go through this story about Chandrasekhar Azad. The story name is Patriotism of a Boy. He was a boy of age 13 in the year 1918. During the freedom struggle, his name was Chandrasekhar Tiwari. One day, he saw a sage leading a group of people. He knew it was part of the freedom movement. He had heard a lot about struggle against the British for freedom. He thought, I also will fight for the freedom of my country. Suddenly, there was a change in the situation. He saw some British soldiers attacking the crowd and the sage. This young patriotic boy who was observing it was angry. He took a stone and threw it at the British officer. He was arrested by the soldiers. Chandrasekhar was brought before the court. The judge asked the boy to tell his name. The brave boy told his name as Azad, which means freedom. The judge was shocked. He asked the boy to tell his father's name. The boy replied saying Swatantra, which meant independence. The judge became very angry. He asked, "What's your address?" The boy laughed and replied that he liked to be in jail and that was his permanent address. The judge decided to punish the boy. He ordered to beat the boy with a wet rope made up of leather 12 times. The boy was not sad. Instead, he requested the judge to increase the punishment. But the judge refused, and the boy was taken to the place where he should be beaten. He was beaten so hard that his skin was torn. But the boy did not have tears but cried loudly, Vande Mataram. For every beat, his voice increased. After the 12 beats, his body was bleeding. He was given 12 paisa to put bandage. The boy told the soldier to give the money to Queen Victoria and tell her that it was given by a young Indian patriot. The boy was none other than the great legend Chandrasekhar Azad. So students, what you learn from this story? Yes, we learn from this story the meaning of patriotism. What is patriotism? Patriotism is love for one's country and readiness to defend it from all the dangers. But in reality, patriotism has a wider meaning. A patriot fight not only against the external enemies of a nation but also against the internal ones. So students, do you know what is the meaning of sacrifice? So let's see the meaning of sacrifice. The sacrifices one makes for the country is the base of patriotism. It doesn't mean that we have to sacrifice our life for the country. In ordinary situation, that may not be needed. However, we can sacrifice our personal interests for the sake of the country. The words of Subhash Chandra Bose clearly point out this fact. He says, "Do you want the fragrance of full-blown rose? If so, you must accept the thorns. Do you want the sweetness of the smiling dawn? If so, you must live through the dark hours of the night. Do you want the joy of liberty and the solace of freedom? If so, you must pay the price, and the price of liberty is suffering and sacrifice." So students, you understand the meaning of words what Subhash Chandra Bose told? Yes. Now let us see what Jawaharlal Nehru always says. He says, we have to build our country into a strong nation. Strength should come not only from the armies and the military equipments. We have to be strong in thought, action, and in giving service of to humanity. So now, let's see message of Tricolor. The saffron at the top shows courage or sacrifice. We must sacrifice personal gains and dedicate ourselves for the development of the nation. The white in the middle is light, the path of truth to guide us. It represents honesty, purity, and peace. The green shows our relation to soil, our relation to the plant life here on which all other life depends. Ashoka Chakra is in the center of the national flag. It is the wheel of dharma or virtue. Its source virtue is the controlling force of the nation. Again, the wheel shows motion India should move and go forward. So the will represent the dynamism of a peaceful change. Now we will see three heroes of Indian Army. First one, Jayachandra Nair. Colonel Nilkanthan Jayachandra Nair of 16 Maratha Light Infantry was deployed in Nagaland in 1993. On December 20 of the same year, his convoy was trapped by Naga rebels. He took on the rebels personally in order to save his men and laid down his life. Now, the second hero is Vikram Batra. Lieutenant Vikram Batra is a hero of India's Kargil War in 1999. He played a key role in recapturing Peak. 5,140 from the enemy. For his unmatched bravery, Batra was nicknamed Sher Singh in his regiment. An enemy counterattack cut short his life, but not before he had recaptured Peak. Third hero is Mahendranath Mulla. Captain Mahendranath Mulla was the captain of the INS Kukri. He died after his ship was hit by torpedoes fired from the enemy submarine during the 1971 war. Mullah gave away his own life-saving jacket to a sailor and tried to save as many lives as he could before he went down with his ship. So, dear students, from these examples, you must have understand the real meaning of patriotism and sacrifice. So, students, do the homework of question and answers of this lesson. Thank you.